visa.
So you were using a tourist visa. And eventually, did you apply for an extension on that tourist visa?
Not me directly, but the company offer me some type of visa called 9G visa.
9G visa.
Yeah, 9G visa to allow us to keep working in here.
All right. And at this time, did you have your passport with you?
No,
You did not?
no, I don't have.
All right. Thank you, Jason. We will return to you later in the hearing. Sen. Rafi, please continue.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yun nga po, sinagot na po yung kanina ni Commissioner Tansinko, yung exactly what our witness just said. Thank you, Mr. General, Jason, nakita ko yung pangalan niya.
You're welcome.
Alright. CDC,
Yes, Senator.
nasa yung
Nakita
CDC
po.
natin. Hello po.
Good morning po, Senator.
Clark Development Corporation.
Yes
Ma'am,
po.
nung magpa-convert from tourist to working visa, itong mga foreign nationals na na-rescue dyan CDC, bakit niyo po inaprubahan? Bakit niyo po inalaw na mabigyan ng 9G visa na para makapagtrabaho? Tulad sinabi ko kanina sa immigration, sinabi nila sila ay tourists and then later on, mag-apply sila ng working visa at papayagan natin magtrabaho para bang gaguhan, niloko tayo. Sinabi sa immigration, pagpasok sa airport natin na tourist lang kami, hindi kami magtatrabaho. Right?
Yes, Senator.
And they have to prove it. And then later on, yung pala mag-a-apply sila ng trabaho rito at pinayagan nyo. Why did that happen?
Senator, if I may explain po. As mentioned by Commissioner, meron po tayong tinatawag na conversion of admission status. At ito nga po ay nangyayari at allowed under Commonwealth Act according to him.
Commonwealth Act.
Opo. Ngayon po, pag dumating po yan na tourist, pwede po siya
Gaano matagal na po itong batas na ito when you say Commonwealth Act?
Possibly circa 1930s. Ano po?
1930s. Maybe 1940s, 30s, 50s, something like that, right? Okay.
Yes.
So, using that Commonwealth visa na naabuso ngayon, so pinapayagan natin itong mga tourists na papasok from different countries na later on ay magtatrabaho. Magsisinungaling sa airport, pagpasok sa immigration, sasabihin, tourist lang talaga ako, and then later, magtatrabaho na. At pinapayagan niyo po yung mga sinungaling. You allow these people to lie?
No,
Why
Senator.
do you allow this?
Hindi po, Senator, because per the Subi Clark working visa, meron po tayong mga requirements.
No, hindi nga po, no, ma'am. Alam niyo naman, pagpasok nila ng Pilipinas, gamit-gamit nilang tourist visa at nanumpa sila, nag-swear sila dyan sa immigration na ako'y tourist lamang. Hindi ako magtatrabaho dito. So, and then later on, pupunta sila sa CDC at magpapakonvert ng kanilang visa into working visa. Sabi niyo, covered kasi ng Commonwealth Act yan. Pinapayagan niyo. Pero kung ako, hindi ako papayag. Sasabihin ko, kung ako nasa posisyon ninyo, sabihin ko, teka muna, niloloko mo kami. Pumasok ka rito sa bansa natin, dumaan ka sa immigration, sabi mo, ikaw ay magtuturan dito. Ngayon, pupunta ka sa opisina ko para magtrabaho. Niloloko mo kami. Di ba?
Senator, sa side po ng CDC, when they submit their application, we endorse it to the Bureau of Immigration for the issuance of the visa. Because in our current regulations, based on the Subi Clark working visa policy, given that CDC is an investment promotion agency, we give fiscal and non-fiscal incentives. Isa po doon yung non-fiscal is the foreign nationals of locators may be allowed to work in the
Pero dapat, yeah, I don't see any problem letting foreign nationals work in our country, pero dapat with proper documents. Sana from the point of origin, kumuha na sila ng proper visa, which is working visa. At doon, na-bet na sila na-screen na sila. Hindi yung dito na natin sila screen kasi pagdating dito, alam naman natin, talabak ang corruption dito, madali na lang maniobra yung system. In this case, namamaniobra na yung system because of corruption. I see clearly here, there's corruption's been happening for a long, long time dyan sa loob ng CDC. Now, why did I say this could be a national security issue, Madam Chair? Kasi any foreign nationals from any country that has intention to create terroristic acts here in our country, they can always say, I'm going to the Philippines as a tourist, mag-apply sa point of origin, and then pagdating dito, sila po ay magtatrabaho. And who knows, they may be member of the PLA. and then they'll be member of that what we call sleeper cell. Alam niyo po yung sleeper cell?
Sure.
Na matutulog lang po sila dito, mag-work lang sila dito, simple lang, they will blend in as regular foreign nationals with works, and then later on, pag kailangan ng servisyo nila, saka sila sasabog, puputok, saka sila gagawa ng lagim. So anyway, what I'm telling you now, CDC, okay, sige, pinayagan nyo, bigyan nyo trabaho because of that Commonwealth Act, na nakapikit kayo, kahit alam nyo mali na, but you have the discretion to deny, right?
If it's all in accordance with the requirements, sir.
Hindi nga, but you have,
Deny, sir. We can
Exactly.
deny po.
but
Yes po.
you have the, pwede ka mag-deny.
Opo, sir.
Alright. Kung ginagamit niyo po yung kokote niyo, pwede niyo i-deny. Kung ako, gagamitin ko kokote ko, i-deny ko yon. So, para sa akin ito, opinion ko. So, kaya niyo pinayagan kasi hindi niyo ginamit yung kokote niyo. Ganun po yon. Okay. Now, let's move on. Nabigyan niyo po sila ng working visa. Now, nung sila po yung nabigyan ng working visa at nag-work sila doon sa Sun Valley, wala ho ba kayong ginagawang inspection? Kasi alam ko, CDC, meron kayong tinatawag na visitation authority.
Opo.
At any moment, at any time, pwede kayong pumasok doon para mag-inspeksyon.
Yes, Senator.
Ginagawa niyo ba to on a regular basis? At how long na ito nag-ooperate itong Sun Valley kung saan may na-rescue itong PNP natin? Ang mga 1,004 nationals. How long have been
For
they
the
in
Sun
operation?
Valley, for the Sun Valley, Senator, they have been operating since September 29 of 2021.
September 2021.
29. Sen-
September 29?
Opo, of
2021.
2021.
So, several months na. Di ba, dapat una gumagawa kayo ng regular visitation para i-check, especially ito ata, nasa-bliss na, no? From one company to another. Ilan ang pinagpasapasa nito?
Yes po, nag-start po yan sa Dongwang Corporation,
Gawang?
which
Okay.
has a valid lease agreement with CDC in the year 2010.
Okay.
And then come 2018, there was a sublease agreement between Dongwang Corporation
Okay.
and Sun Valley Clark Hub.
Okay.
Sun Valley Clark Hub is a PAGCOR licensee holder as a POGO Hub,
Okay.
which has a valid PAGCOR accreditation.
Okay.
And then thereafter, Sun Valley Clark Hub subleased it again to CGC Technologies Incorporated.
Okay.
And that was in the year 2019.
Okay.
And in the whole hub of Sun Valley, which has 8 buildings, yung 2 building po doon, sinablis niya po yan ulit kay
Okay.
CGC Technologies.
Is that legal or illegal mag-sublease?
That's allowed po.
That's allowed.
Sen. Rafi and colleagues, CEO, President Agnes De Vanadera of CDC is joining our
Okay.
hearing. So she will also be available to ask our questions
you.
for CDC. Please continue.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So, hindi po illegal yon.
Yes po,
That's
Senator.
fine. Pero di ho ba dapat, nakita niyo po nagpasapasahan na po ng lease agreement? Di ba parang something is not right here and there's that time na kailangan magbusisi na kayo? Ano bang nangyari dito? At kasama yan sa inyong visitation authority
Sir,
na
yes,
time?
allowed naman po ang mga locators namin if there are provisions in their contract for
Right.
further subleasing. Tama din po kayo, Senator, that we conduct regulatory inspections over our locators.
Did you do that?
Yes po.
This case?
Primarily po, sir, number one, CDC as the LGU po in the Clark Freeport Zone is the entity that issues the business permits. So, isa sa mga ginagawa po namin for regulatory inspections are the fire, the occupancy permit.
Okay.
Ganun po
So,
doon.
ilang beses kayo naggawa ng pagbisita o inspection dito po sa CGC?
Senator Rafi, for purposes of regulatory permits, that's conducted every year.
Every year.
However, we have our own public safety department. Ito po yung security services group namin. And under that group, meron po kaming tinatawag na operations and intelligence, and they are the ones roving sa buong, to ensure the safety and security po of the whole Clark Freeport.
Alright, nandun na tayo. Pero yung sa operation, sabi nyo, may nag-inspection. Bakit hindi nyo po nahuli? Ba't kinakailangan pa magsumbong yung Indonesian embassy sa ating PNP at yung PNP pang nakabulaga na outsider na nandyan na po kayo sa loob, kayo na pong may-ari ng property, sana man lang namanmanan nyo kung gumawa kayo ng proper pagbibisita, pagmamanman, nahuli niyo po agad, ba't yung PNP pa? And PNP has to go to a lot of process, mag-file sila ng search warrant from the court, etc. Samantalang kayo nandyan na hindi niyo na kailangan yun dahil kayo yung nasa loob, kayo yung may power na to visit it and to make sure na sila gumagawa ng tama, which you didn't do.
Senator Raffy, ang katotohanan po, para sa CDC management and the CDC board, there was really a failure of intelligence. And
Okay.
as a consequence of this operation, the board and the management created a special administrative committee just to investigate and hear all of the security officials
Okay.
of PSD, and they are now under preventive suspension, Senator Raffy.
So there is a failure of intelligence at inamin niyo po yan. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes po.
Now, bakit po nagkaroon ng failure of intelligence?
Because wala pong nakarating sa management or sa board na merong, let's say, red flag na po pala ang nangyayari dun sa hub na yun.
Exactly. So ilan pong mga buildings o businesses o locators meron dyan sa loob ng CDC?
Currently, we have around 1,300 locators,
1,000.
Senator Raffy.
1,000 locators.
Locators po.
Yeah, isa lang itong CGC. So
Yes.
itong 999, gaano po kayo ka-sure na this time hindi na kayo magpe-fail sa inyong intelligence?
Sir, because of this, to tell you honestly, we started to collaborate with the other government agencies, all of the groups of CDC to conduct inspection and to check whether or not they are really doing the business activity that they have declared to CDC.
Can you give this committee a record na kayo po ay gumagawa ng pag-check, pagbibisita dito sa 999 and then bigyan niyo po kami ng report kung ano po yung naging kalalabasan ng inyong ginawang pag-inspection kasi baka naman house-show lang po ito na inspection ginagawa niyo.
We will do that, Senator. We will submit po.
So how often do you do the inspection to your locators? Is this once a month, once a year, once a decade?
Hindi po. Normally po once a year yan when they renew their licenses. Pero would depend also kung ano ang mga issues ng locators that we need to inspect their.
Why once a year? Why not every 3 months? Kasi in a year, marami na pong pwede mangyari. Tulad nito, napabayaan, hindi ka nag-inspect after a year, marami na pong na-traffic ng mga foreign nationals. In a year, a lot of things can happen.
President CEO Devanadera is already online, so you
Okay.
might also want to direct some of your questions to her for CDC.
Is Attorney Chairman Divinadera?
President Devanadera,
President.
can we see you? Are you online already?
Good morning.
Good morning,
Good morning.
President.
Yes.
Sen. Rafi is currently asking questions of CDC. We've been hearing from Attorney Meneses. Maybe you'd also like to field the questions from him. Please proceed.
Okay, Madam President, Presidente? Can I call you
Good morning po, Senator.
CEO na lang, CEO?
morning.
CEO Divinadera,
Oo nga.
good morning to you, Madam. I would like to continue my line of questioning doon sa pagtatanong kanina sa isa sa mga tao nyo,
Opo.
Attorney Meneses. Inamin niya po, nagkaroon po ng failure of intelligence, kaya po magkakaroon daw kayong pagdidisiplina doon po sa mga nagkulang dito sa Sun Valley raid ng PNP. Now, sabi niya, meron daw kayong 1,000 locators in
Opo.
CDC, right? So,
Opo.
yung 999 na locators, kayo po ay gagawa ng pag-inspection after this incident. Kasi meron nang nangyari, so of course you're gonna do something to avoid from happening this kind of problem, right? Ang sabi niya, once a year. Ang suggestion ko, bakit once a year? Bakit hindi quarterly? Kasi in a year, marami na pong pwede mangyari, marami na pong pwede ma-traffic, baka meron na yung sleeper cell dyan, baka lumawak na at pwede nang gumawa ng terroristic act, etc. So bakit hindi po natin gawing madalas? Bakit once a year?
Kung ilan. May I proceed?
Yes, President CEO De Banader, please
Okay.
answer the question.
Okay. Senator Risa, Senator Tulfo, well, the regular.
And
is
Senator
really one-
Tolentino and Gatchalian are also here.
Oh, Senator Gatchalian and Senator Tolentino, good morning. The regular inspection being done by our law enforcement is really once a year because of the limited number of people. However, it doesn't mean that for the rest of the year they are not on beat patrol. In fact, our standard operating procedure, my standard operating procedure with our enforcers in Clark who are not members of the PNP is really to give me real-time reports. So I get reports even in the evening about robbery, about traffic violation and all that. That means also they are being required to go around.
Okay, ma'am, sorry, makasingit. Ilan pong inspector meron po kayo? How many inspectors do you have?
We have, if I'm not mistaken, we just have about maybe 30 plus, not 30 plus or close to 50, Your
Okay,
Honors.
let's say 30. So,
Opo.
yung 30 na yan, once a year lang po nag-inspect.
Hindi naman po once a year lang. Kasi as I said, they go around. So the regular on building permit, fire, kasi kasama rin po yung fire. And then, and the other complaints, responding also to the complaints, it's not just once a year.
Kasi ma'am, if you'll do the math, so kung 30 sila, sa loob ng 10 araw, 300 na ma-inspect nila. So sa loob ng 1 month, aabuti na sila 900. So 1 month and a half, more than 1,000 na. So kung tutusin, kaya niyo pong gawin to quarterly. That was my point. Bakit po kinakailang patagalin pa, paabutin pa ng 1 taon na kaya naman palang gawin yung quarterly para mapigilan mangyari itong nangyari ngayon dito sa Sun Valley na kung saan PNP pa ang nakabulaga. Malaking kahiyan, malaking sampal po yan sa CDC. Dapat po kayo nakabulaga niyan na meron naman kayong visitation power na anytime you can go in and visit and inspect, which you didn't do. Yung PNP kailangan pang pumunta sa korte para kumuha ng search warrant at magpakita ng mga ebidensya sa korte ba't kinakailangan ma-search yung premises na yon. So, thank you PNP. Job well done sa PNP. Pero sa CDC, medyo malaking kahiyan ata ito, madam. Kasi kung ginawa niyo lang pong trabaho yung CDC, hindi na po sana nangyari itong problema ngayon, hindi sana tayo nag-uusap ngayon.
Mr. Senator, we realize that, Mr. Senator, and that's the reason why we made an immediate action of because our monitoring with our law enforcers in CDC is quite close in the sense that I ask for reports not just quarterly but it's every day. As I said, they give me reports every day, including the nighttime, of things that they have monitored, Your Honors. However, I was just a surprise because there was no report on this. And that's the reason why, as mentioned by Attorney Nuele, we concluded that there's a failure of intelligence. And that's the reason why we placed on preventive suspension all officials of the law enforcer group in CDC, Your Honor. So moving forward, we are also doing an investigation. Now, on the other hand, Your Honors, the inspection would only reveal what can be seen physically, Your Honor. And so I don't think even our law enforcers within Clark has that capability and sophistication to monitor highly sophisticated and technical incidents, Your Honor. So, Your Honor, CDC really moved as fast. And we are also thankful that PNP, with their training for cybercrime, was able to detect this, Your Honor.
So maybe,
Sen.
maybe,
Rafi and dear colleagues, just a time check. The chair would really like to try to make a hard stop by 12:30
Okay, one na lang.
in an hour opo, because of a following schedule. So following the question of Sen. Rafi, the chair would also like to ask, and especially allow our other colleagues also to ask, especially Sen. Sherwin, who is the author of one of our resolutions.
lang.
So Sen.
Last,
Rafi,
last.
yes.
okay, so therefore, kung may capability ang PNP para malaman yung isang company na gumagawa na pala ng cybercrime, gumagawa ng illegal, then maybe i-train, yung mga tao po ninyo, mag-train sa PNP.
Opo.
Tama po? So you
Opo.
should have done that long time ago.
Pero nakikipag-ugnayan naman po kami madalas kahit po sa IACAT regarding this, Your Honor.
Okay. So, kailangan po mag-train yung mga tao ninyo para malaman nila kung paano ma-detect yung isang company na gumagawa na ho pala ng illegal. Is that what you're saying? Right? So, you'll do that now, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honors.
And then, para I'll give way na lang, Madam Chair. Siguro sana gustong tanongin yung PAGCOR, kaya lang, wala na palang oras. Sige. I'll yield to my colleagues. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Sen. Rafi, for heeding the time check of the chair. But ubusin po natin yung isang oras. So baka maka-circle back pa rin po tayo.